everyone, it's your homegirl Jenny Leigh with VRI Realty. Welcome to another episode of Good to Know in Chester County, your inside scoop on local businesses that make Chester County feel like home. Today's guest wears many hats. Meet Pat DiCola, the marketing and technology for Mshop360 and Viamark, also the force behind free trade networking. Pat, welcome.
Great to see you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you on. I don't know where to start. You do so many things, but they're all great, and I want everyone to hear about it. What would you want to start with? Mshop360?
Yeah, we can start with Mshop.
Okay.
So in 2008, 2009,
okay.
I started Mshop360. It was actually the marketing shop at that point. It was a marketing only company, mostly print, a little bit of digital, a little bit of website development.
Okay.
As we grew, and I've now two partners. One of them came from the IT field, and so we started offering IT services.
Okay.
And it was a nice combination, marketing and IT. Nobody really done it in the market. Nobody done it as far as we had seen anywhere.
Okay.
But it didn't sound a lot like an IT company marketing shop, so we just rebranded it in 2011 as Mshop360, and it's full circle marketing and technology.
Love it.
We went along for 10 or 15 years, did really well. COVID hit, and the IT part of the business really exploded.
Okay.
Marketing, not so much.
Oh, that makes sense,
because nobody was really doing any marketing. So we really made a conscious decision to move it fully into IT, managed services, just a really easy, clean business. We really loved and enjoyed doing it. And then we had an opportunity to buy an advertising agency, Viamark Advertising. So then we were back in.
Okay.
We purchased that about 3 years ago, and that's where all the marketing bucket is now for website development, TV, radio, billboards, traditional media. We have clients nationwide.
Oh, wow.
And beyond. So
that's awesome.
There's our two core businesses in a nutshell. But
COVID hit, you decided to put the focus on what was really
what was needed
at that time. Right. And then the opportunity came for the marketing side. So you just have the two businesses, keeping it simple.
Yep.
One is IT, one is marketing.
And they go together because you can't.
Of course.
People would say, build us a website and then connect it to our email. Well, you have to talk to your IT people for that. I'm like, we could be the IT people for that.
Yeah, actually.
So it's become a very, there's a lot of synergy there between the two technologies.
Well, like my real estate,
right.
I have a design business.
Makes sense.
Passionate about both, but 9 times out of 10, I'm sharing advice, one or the other, so I totally get it. And you've been around for quite some time. 2008, you said?
Yes, 2008 is when we started that. Yeah, I'm old.
We don't need to talk about that part. But so the other thing, I said you're the force behind free trade networking. Everybody understands technology.
Sure.
Everybody understands marketing. But what I'm excited to dive into today is sharing a little bit more about free trade networking.
Okay.
How it got started. You're the one who, I want to hear it all.
The running joke is it's a spike group.
Oh,
So I was in another networking organization for a long time, close to 10 years.
Okay.
And during COVID, we were basically put on notice that we weren't passing enough referrals during COVID at home. Which I thought was very comical.
It was challenging.
Right. So we're all home on Zoom.
Yeah.
My daughter's growing up, which was great. I got to spend a lot of time with my 1-year-old daughter growing up. So a couple of us broke off and said, let's kind of start our own thing. It was virtual anyway. We'll do a Zoom. And for the next 2.5, 3 years, we built a group of about 50 to 60 people virtually. We still meet on Thursday mornings. It's still the very first group. And I always felt like the goal of it was, if you could put a group of people in a room that were like the go-to people for everyone, like everyone knows that person that they always go to for stuff.
Yeah, sure.
If you could fill a room with that, with 20, 30, or 50 people in that, wouldn't that be extraordinary?
Yeah.
To have that group of people. Yeah. So flash forward to 2023, we launched an in-person chapter, just as a whim. Let's see if we could do this in person.
Yeah.
And it grew to 40 members, like within 3 months.
Yeah.
And what's funny was, in the time when we grew the first one, we started a second one in Westchester. So I left for about 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I went and we built up Westchester. And I came back to Newtown Square, which is the first chapter. And the room that had like 11 people in it, there was like 36 people in the room.
Wow.
And I come in and sit down. It was bizarre. And nobody really knew who I was.
Oh, I love that.
And they're like, wait, he's here.
He's the one.
And I was like, this is a little cultish. I'm not going to lie. Very odd. But it quickly grew to a very collaborative, very tight-knit group of people.
Yeah.
And I always laugh that if you could get 50 people in a room that were all going in the same direction, had the same goals, that'd be extraordinary, pretty much unheard of.
Yeah.
Now there's like 500 or 600 people in the same room, all going in the same direction, all with the same goals. It's just really kind of beyond anything I could wrap my brain around.
Yeah.
Like it really has collected the greatest people that I can feel are around and brought us together in an area, in the same rooms.
I mean, and that's so, for real estate, having great resources for my clients is probably one of the top priorities.
I hear that. I hear that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I have a whole, in my buyer packet, my seller's packet, I have a list just already. But I stay in contact with my clients for many years.
You gotten any listings?
Right now?
From?
Oh, yes, I have, actually.
Which was not, you probably didn't expect that.
No, I didn't. But just having that, I stay in touch with my clients over the years. So they know that I can be that person.
Right.
They can reach out in 5 years and be like, oh, we need a new roof now. Like, do you still have a good recommendation? I love that. So when I learned about you guys, of course I joke about it. I found you on every social media platform and sent you messages. And,
so what compelled you?
Well,
there was some sort of vibe or something that you got from it. That's
the way it was presented to me.
Okay.
I think that there's a very realistic approach that you guys have in terms of, a group of people meeting and collaborating, having the same concept. It's one thing that was shared with me is family first, business, and then, free trade, which took the pressure off. I think that, it's all about mindset. I think that if I were in a different setting and had this constant, like, oh my gosh, I have to do this for this week. I have to do this, but it also doesn't come out genuine.
Sure.
I think having a little bit more of, hey, we're all on the same page. We all know that we want to support each other, but there's not that force behind it. It's a little bit more genuine, and I think that's one of the biggest things.
You do things out of wanting to.
Yeah.
Versus have to, and it's a lot different. Like I always tell everyone, make jokes. There's no such thing as a networking emergency.
True.
There's no such thing. Like, if you can't make it, you can't make it. Like,
I think there's just taking the pressure off makes it more enjoyable.
Right.
And being born and raised in Downingtown, man, I was stalking you. And what's his email address? I'm going to email him. I'm going to message him.
Instagram.
Do you have a Downingtown chapter? Just because, it's just so important to me. I know so many businesses in my area that if we can all support each other, it would mean the world to me. And so what we do is, we meet weekly. I love it. We collaborate. We get to know one another on all levels, which makes me feel really, really good. So my resource list for my clients has grown just huge. And I love it because I feel like when I'm sharing, giving a referral, like I feel really good about it. And I feel pretty confident that the people in my chapter feel the same way with me. It's not just, try Joe Smith down the road. I know them, I can speak for them, and vice versa.
Right.
That's what I love about it. So you guys also, you're really big on supporting nonprofits.
We are. After that first year of in-person, the end of the year, started July, it was like December, I talked to a good friend of ours, Tom O'Neill, who's huge in outreach and nonprofit world. So I really leaned on him heavily to help educate me on how, the lay of the land, because we would let's just collect a bunch of money and just give it to somebody. He's like, you can't do that. Can't do that. I'm like, here's a bunch of money. Like, that's good, right? He's like, no.
Not necessarily that way.
You don't want to do that. So I learned a lot from Tom. Tom's been a good mentor as far as how we want to impact the local communities.
Yeah.
When we started it, it was 2024.
Yeah.
I was almost a little embarrassed that it took so long to do it, but I didn't feel like we had the numbers to really make an impact.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have invite a nonprofit and then here's $12.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. I thought that would be semi-degrading and not worth someone's time. But I also realized that it's not always about money, that it's about, a lot of times it's more about exposure for them. So we have a big footprint as far as social media. So we try to push everything out to the millions of people that we have that follow all the social medias we have. And that I think we can do, that's free for us. We can do that all day long. And we all do that. But I also felt like we had to, each chapter we have really needs to focus on one, two, or three more nonprofits locally that they can work with.
Yeah.
That they can give impact to, that they can become, their events can become your events, that can really support them and help them get to their goals.
Yeah.
Money, eyes, eyeballs, whatever is their goal.
That was the other thing for me. I liked the no pressure, the collaborative, our chapter.
I think there's more pressure for that. That's not negotiable. Like really people need to do that.
Yeah. But that was the third thing. It was, having a nonprofit. It just made me feel good. And being with a group that also felt the same way, know. And I was going to say, money is always great. Any nonprofit will love, the support. But I also think the exposure is huge. Just letting other people know what they do, what they're about, because you never know who's listening.
Right.
If we share it on social media, there could be a ton of people listening, be like, wow, like that really resonates with me. I would love to support this nonprofit. Right. And I think that's made a big difference. Now let's talk about, technically you started in 2023, right? Technically. For in-person.
For in-person, yes.
And that was your first chapter. And then what happened after that?
So we getting to Downtown? Is that?
Yeah. Well, it grew. So
I think you were third.
Oh, really?
Physical chapter, I believe.
Oh, that makes me feel so special.
There were a few that were kind of simultaneous, but yours was definitely in the top 3 or 4 or 5. It kind of grew exponentially at that point. And, the nuts and bolts of the chapters are that there's one person for each category in the chapters.
Yep.
And that's not for any type of thing other than it's really not good to have 50 or 60 people in a room. There are networking groups that are successful with that don't limit categories. IMP is a great organization we were just talking about.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do something different. I wanted to be able to keep it more intimate.
Yes.
25 to 30 people in a room. That's it. So really the logical way is to just do it by category. It's not for any type of strategic or anything like that. It's just to keep the numbers low because I don't like to leave people behind.
Yeah.
So there'd be a few people in competing categories. So we just start another chapter for them.
Yep.
So we grew pretty quickly. And I would say in June, we opened our 31st and 32nd chapter. We've got chapters in Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and now there's one in New Hampshire that recently came on.
So in less than 2 years.
Yes.
Pretty much for the in-person.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when we talked in the beginning, after you responded to me finally.
Was it like an hour?
I know. We talked and I just said, listen, are you okay if my vision is more, which I think you see it the same way too, is quality versus quantity. And, are you okay if I'm a little particular? I don't want to just announce that, I have this new networking group in Downingtown and just open it to everyone in the floodgates. I think that's one of the key points to it too. You were like, yes, absolutely. And, I know that we're your favorite chapter child. I always say, I'm just kidding. But it's really just, you said intimate.
You guys are really the model, if you want to look at it that way. They're, on our website, yours is the only chapter that has your program on it in the extra stuff.
Thanks.
Because it's a lot of, we've worked together on it. It's a lot of stuff that you guys came up with that we've now instituted in a lot of other chapters.
Yeah.
And, it's not to misconstrued picky.
Yes, exactly.
because we don't want to be exclusive of people. But when you refer someone, they have to be 100%.
Yes.
Because that's your reputation that you're putting out there on this person.
Yeah.
So that's got to be the right person.
Yep.
If they're not, it undermines the whole thing. So we are very picky on who we want to associate ourselves with. Yeah. So we're very picky on who is in our groups. That's not to say that we don't, we give chances every day with people.
Exactly.
Until proven otherwise.
Yeah.
And we've had very little.
I know.
Any little turnover, if you want to call it that. Someone once said to me that there's two types of people in networking. There's the people that are collaborative and that give, and then there's the takers.
Yeah.
And the takers stick out like a sore thumb. If you've ever been in a networking group, they're pushing cards, they're asking for appointments, they're trying to sell you on the spot at with a beer in your hand. And those people don't like this group. Yeah. They'll be there for a little while and then they'll get frustrated because I'm not getting enough out of it. I'm like, what are you giving? They're like, what are you talking about? I'm here to get. And luckily, they don't like this. Yeah. So they will come, they'll visit, they won't stay. It's just not their thing, which is fine. So it kind of self-pleases itself.
Yeah, I would say so. And I love the fact that, number one, you're very approachable and welcoming. So when I started talking with you, I felt really comfortable. And then I was like, okay, I think can I ask him if maybe we could try this and this? And you were so open to it. I know that there's, other networking groups out there that are very strict guidelines. But I love the fact that you're at least open to. I'm sure not every idea is great, but you're open to, all right, well, that sounds pretty good. Let's try it out. And I think what we've evolved to at this point, the numbers show in less than 2 years, how many chapters? You said 32? Mm-hmm. 32? That's insane. But I think, it's not anyone pushing.
No.
It's everyone hearing, wow, this sounds really nice. This sounds like how it should be. Or, to grow that quickly in less than 2 years, you're doing something right.
I think it's a bit of a perfect storm.
Yes.
There's a need for what we do.
Yeah.
It's becoming the popular thing now, networking, and there's a lot of, which is great. I try to support all the other networking groups that pop up because I feel like there's always an opportunity because there's been several of our groups that have started as kind of like a coffee club where they get together and then they reach out and they're like, we're kind of out of steam. Do you think maybe we could be a free trade?
Yeah.
And then they get revitalized and then they're a free trade chapter. So, and what's crazy is that, our platform from the beginning was really getting to know each other well, not just transactional.
Right.
And there was a group that came whole from somewhere else, and they've been together 5 or 6 years.
Oh, wow.
There's a dozen of them. And there was a gentleman in the group that while he was in one of our group meeting settings doing our program is a little bit different. It's more really to get to know each other. He'd shared that he had been working with his wife who had been terminally ill for the last 3 years.
Okay.
And they were we've been knowing him for 6 years. We never knew. We just thought he was a jerk. We didn't like him. We just never knew what he was going through. And then he felt close enough in the group that we had then to share it. And they're like, oh, we have to get behind him. We will help you through all this. Trust me. We've known you for a long time. You seemed a little weird the last few years. We just thought you were kind of a jerk.
That's
but
crazy.
No, he was going through a lot. And guys don't talk about stuff. They just, how do you tell when a guy's broken? You don't.
True. Sometimes.
But we got through to him and he really opened up. And they were like, we didn't know anything.
So a totally different person.
Right.
With
and that's
that
kind
little
of the
switch.
Goal. Right.
That's pretty cool to share. But yeah, I couldn't agree more. Our group, it's not just business.
Right.
And, I had somebody on here not long ago that was through association because of her husband in our group. I learned about her business and an awesome event that they're doing. And learning about her business in general was phenomenal because there's nothing else like it around. So it's just, we talk about family. The other thing that I love that we do is, I say education, I say it lightly. We collaborate and we sometimes have speakers come in, or if somebody in the group is really good at something, it's generalized for business owners, right? Let's say taxes or social media. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's so great because you're in a group of business owners and we all just want to help each other. And sometimes those meetings they flourish. It's so great because you get a little bit of something from everyone and we're all just helping each other.
And that's one of the main reasons why we did this. I've been in a lot of networking groups, and I can remember you'd sit around a table of 30 people, let's say.
Yeah.
Well-established businesses, been around for a long time, and you might get to talk for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's it. And I felt like that was so backwards.
Yeah.
The people in the room have such a vast amount of knowledge. Exactly. They should be doing most of the talking.
Right.
And I think that's also what I think is you put a group of people together and you encourage them to talk, they're going to like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I speaking for my chapter, but I feel like everyone's very comfortable. You see everyone chiming in. Even the quiet people, like, more quiet, I guess you would say. Like we had a meeting a couple weeks ago. I think it was the week all the kids got out of school. So it was a much smaller group. But two people came that, they haven't shared a ton. They were like on the newer side. And I was just like blown away. I'm getting my phone out. I didn't have my notebook with me. I'm like writing things down that they were sharing that was going to be helpful to all of us for our businesses. And it's just great. And we're focusing on Chester County, of course, but you have expanded quite a bit.
We have.
But you do a lot for Chester County. I mean, you have a ton of chapters. I think the majority of chapters in Chester County, and all the nonprofits that you help, or we, I guess, should say. It's pretty cool. Like the support for one another, businesses, and the community, really.
You're missing one aspect of the company that you're missing.
What'd I forget?
One, social.
Yeah.
So it also is important because, my wife and I, we got a bunch of little kids. We don't get out that much. So once a month we do a mixer. That's kind of like our date night for the most part. And it's funny because we just it's like technically our 5-year anniversary this year. Is when we started. So when our first virtual group started, we did our first mixer.
Yeah.
There was like 11 people there at this bar in Newtown Square.
Yeah.
And we just had our 5-year one there. It was like 200 people.
I know.
There.
So
it was cool. So it was cool to go back to the same place and have another mixer.
They're a little bit bigger.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's they're good, but I also love when you guys do a local mixer.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you can have quality interactions in a room full of 200 people.
Yeah.
A little. And they're great. It's a great vibe and it's a great night. But I also love when chapters will be like 2 or 3 chapters get together and there's like 50 or 60 people. I think that's really important. I just saw one of our newer chapters in New Hampshire, strangely enough, just did their first mixer. And they had like 35 people there.
No way.
So there's all this video. I'm like, I got to get on a plane and get out there and check that out because it's so weird to see it. It's like watching your children.
Yeah. Like oh my God.
Look, they're standing on their own. They're
that's
doing
awesome.
It. And I'll go in like once in a while. They'll do a Zoom for their meetings, and I'll just listen, and they're just saying all the same stuff. Like it's just really crazy.
Like you're setting the tone.
Like we wrote that down at some point. Now there's people 3 states away, like preaching it like it's.
That's really
and
cool.
The thing is, it just actually works. Like the program together just works.
Yeah.
That's really what has made the growth.
100%. I think the same reason I jumped on so quickly and I was like, tell me more about it. I want to learn about it. Like it's inevitable. I mean, I think clearly how much you've grown, but, I love the fact for the mixers, the monthly mixers, people who have maybe heard about it and they're a little curious, or a friend is in, one of the chapters, you have a monthly mixer. Right. And it's always at a different location.
Come and check us out.
And if you want to kind of talk to some people, it's very relaxed. If some people get a little nervous in like a more smaller setting, it's perfect. You can talk to so many different people from different chapters.
It's even the large scale though, it's very laid back. There's no real.
Yeah.
Even people that say I don't like big settings like that tend to be like, this is different. It's a little bit more comfortable. It's just like a bunch of friends, hanging out.
Yeah, I think just everyone's really welcoming. You know, you can ask anything. And so that's really great that we have that.
I do have to add, the turning point of the company was when my wife got more involved.
Yeah.
I have to say that. So
thank you, Michelle.
We've got a bunch of young kids, and I remember we were at the mixer in December of 2023, and she said, you know, the kids are in school now. I have time to devote to this. If you would like me to help, I have some notes.
Yeah, some notes.
So thankfully she did, because now within 3 months, she put the website up for us. Like, I did the background picture on the website, but that was pretty much it. She did it all. Like, she's been amazing.
She's phenomenal.
She's now become involved, and it's just brought just a different level of legitimacy to it, because I'm the type that like starts a fire and then throws it to you and says, like, take care of that.
You got
and
it,
then
right?
I move on to something else.
Yeah.
So she picks up all the pieces and puts it all together and makes it an actual company.
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day. Because she's constantly working on, you know, there's fees to this.
Yeah.
So we really feel like when you charge people money for things, you have to give them something for that of value.
Exactly.
So we try, you know, it was great early on, just winging it.
Yeah.
But it's become an actual business, and it really needs the more focused attention, I think, than one person can give. That's why we have got a huge team of leadership that's why I think things have gone so well, is the leadership, that you're so invested in it, that it's yours.
Yeah.
Like, you started the Downingtown chapter because you did.
Right.
Right.
It's just like your business. Anybody gets it, because it's like, you own a business and then you have to hire somebody, and you're like, are they going to take it as seriously?
Right.
Yeah. And I think too, I will definitely agree, having Michelle join in. I almost, you know, now she's so involved, and I'm like, oh my goodness, does she have enough time for the kids now? Even when they come home from school.
They've learned to be feral in our house. They get their own food. She has a way of balancing it out right now. I just would really love to the point when she can come and be in meetings, because she's literally never stepped foot in a meeting. Like, she's been on virtual a few times, but she's never been in a meeting. So that's the goal. I'm like, I'll stay home. You can.
Oh my gosh, you're just handing the whole thing over to her. Yeah, that would be really cool if she came
soon.
Let her know she's invited.
Probably in the fall when the kids are in school.
Yeah, that'll make more sense. But yeah, I definitely noticed everything's so great. I think though, with the expansion quickly, having her involvement really helped just fine tune areas. I mean, it was always great, but like, she just made it better. Yeah, you know,
it's just and at this point, her role is really, she's a support system for the entire company. Yeah. Like, if people need stuff, it's her. 100% of the time. Yeah. And really, nothing would get done. If it wasn't for the way that we've worked together for 20 some years. Like, so it was like, how do you work with your wife? We've worked together our whole life. It made, like, if you can work with your spouse and then you have kids, it's a piece of cake. Yeah. Because you've already worked together. Right. Like, it's us against them anyway. So. Right.
Yeah. So we shared about the monthly mixers, but if anybody listening, it's like, oh, that kind of sounds cool, and I do have my own business, what would be some other ways that they would learn about free trade?
So you can go to our website, freetradenetworking.com. Yeah. You can just look on any sort of social media. Yeah. We over explain everything and over communicate. Yeah. So if you're anywhere in the market here and you type in free trade, you'll find something that's coming up for us. We have a lot of events that are coming up. We'll be in Phoenixville this month. Not sure the next couple months, but I know I saw a cool new restaurant in Downingtown. I'm like, we have to have a mixer there.
Which
we'll
one?
talk about that after. I can't remember. Real high ceilings.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I just saw a reel from it. I'm like, we should do a mixer there.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting there. Some cool new places popping up. But yeah, I think I just want people to know, anyone listening, like, if they're a little bit curious, you know, there's so many different options. Website, social media. You can come in person, come to a happy hour.
You can visit any chapter anytime, unannounced. Just come in, doesn't matter, category. Yeah. Someone goes to your, if you're a realtor, go sit next to the realtor. Yeah. They'll give you the scoop on what it's about.
You know what? That's the other thing I want to bring up too, members of each chapter will visit other chapters. So I love that too, because it's another way. Well, Westchester and Exton and I, our chapter, we did a collaboration meeting one time. So that's the other thing that I love, like zero competition.
Right.
Zero. It's
like
all
I want
about
your leadership and their leadership to switch for a day and go run a meeting in their chapter.
Oh, that would be pretty
fun. I think
fun.
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. But I just like it. It's very I think it's what everybody would want it to be, because you just don't feel that competitiveness. And, you know, if there was a realtor colleague of mine or friend, I would invite them, like, come check it out. Come check out my chapter and see what we're doing. And
I think in some arenas, people they'd be petrified that they're going to lose a listing that day in that hour.
No, it's not that. You know, we're not like that.
No.
We're very like, you know, come check us out. And if there is a spot in one of our chapters and it's, you know, local enough for you, but like you said, even if there isn't a space, what happens?
Well, maybe spin up a new chapter for you.
Start a new chapter.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about it. There's not this hard, like, nope, can't come, you know, can't, you know. Yeah. We've had HVAC, I think, and insurance. You know, there's different concepts, right? There's
commercial, residential.
Exactly. You know, so you have two in the group. There was one more I was just thinking about, but just the concept. Oh, contractors, right?
Yeah.
You have general contractors, you have handyman, you know, and then Dan came into right away, right? and that's when I really started to get it.
Yeah.
I think because he came on early on, right away.
I think he wants to come on and talk about Trades Alliance with you. Which was a spinoff that we created for trades.
Yep.
For them to kind of micro collaborate, and a little different than an in-person weekly. It's more of a 5 or 6, 7 times a year because they don't have, you know, some contractors don't have that kind of flexibility in the schedule to be there.
Oh, right, right.
You know, the idea would be that, you know, if you're in Delaware County and you want to do some work in Chester County, but you need an electrician that you want to trust, but you don't know anyone out there, This is an area that they'd be able to collaborate. And you could lean on someone that's in another market to help you.
Which is so cool and rare like that. So I will bring him on for that. And that leads me to the next thing that I was going to say is, you know how I said I felt you were so welcoming that I felt comfortable saying, hey, could we try this or this? Yeah. So here we are, 32 chapters later, a couple years in, and it's going really well. And then Dan brings up an idea, you know, within his general trade to create this whole other side thing, which honestly, with real estate and design, I could not appreciate it anymore. Like, it's so smart, and you were open to that, and it's going really well. So I am like, man, what's going to happen next?
There's some cool stuff coming. I think that, you know, it's the one downside that I feel personally with this is that I don't know everyone now. And that bothers me.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to just be able to say hi. I want to have a somewhat relationship with every single person.
Well, that's what we're all about.
It's becoming difficult to do that.
Yeah.
Just to get to every chapter has become difficult.
I know.
Because there's 12 on a Wednesday. So how many times legitimately in a year
can I
get to, you know, especially, you know, I try to spend my focus on newer chapters because I feel like I want it to rub off like right from the horse's mouth, in other words.
Yeah.
So I spend a little more time with new chapters, but there's great people in leadership and area managers that are doing it better than me. I mean, I've sat through a meeting with Wolf when he was kind of as an area manager, and I'm like, I didn't really even be here. Like, he does better than me.
He's great.
He's awesome.
But I think you set the tone. I mean, the fact that you just said you want to meet everyone, I think that's why we are who we are, because you started it, and you kind of just by example, right? And so leading by example, actions speak louder than words, right? So each person that starts a chapter, we're seeing that, and we're like, that's how we want it to be. You'll get to meet everyone, don't worry.
Get there.
Yeah. But if you're leading by example and then the leaders lead by your example. It just trickles down. I'm sure they're all great.
Yeah.
You know, anything, I mean, I feel like I should know, but is there anything big coming up? I mean, we have the monthly mixers. It's tough in the summer.
It is.
And that's the one other great thing about free trade is the pressure is not there.
Right.
You know, like I said, the week that most local schools got out, it was a smaller meeting. And it's like, we get it. You know, people are going to go on vacation, you know, work schedules change, you know. I love that. And so I was trying to think if we had anything bigger coming up, but it might not be till the fall, right?
Probably. We'll see.
Yeah.
I know you're pressing me for some new information.
I'm not doing anything.
Listen, you've got to always
Your
be thinking
secret is
of the
safe
next
with me
thing.
and all the other people listening.
You've got to always be thinking of the next thing.
Yeah.
And really any way things can go a certain way or another way, you want to feel those out and make sure that it works. I think that we've had a lot of expansion over the last 6 months specifically. And, you know, I've got 10 new chapters I'd like to open tomorrow. Yeah. But I just want to make sure that everyone's on their feet first before we do that, because I don't want to
quality versus quantity.
I don't want to leave any newer chapters left alone or not feeling supported while we go pioneer new areas.
Well, that's why we are who we are.
Right.
Right. And that's why I think it's so well respected and enjoyable. I mean, dare I say enjoyable for, you know.
I know. I used to, even ones I used to like going to, I would always say like that stupid meeting coming up. I don't want to do that. Like, and I don't feel that way now. Like I'm.
Yeah. It was, well, for me, it was a stressor.
Right.
It was not like, oh, I look forward to this. What are we going to talk about today? Like, you know, our chapter has our topics planned ahead, but, you know, I look forward to it. I don't feel like, oh my gosh, it's my meeting's tomorrow and I didn't get enough, you know, whatever.
It's always hard to try to explain to people what it is. Like I still struggle like to figure like what is it exactly? That's why, I mean, we ask people to give us reviews, not because we wanted reviews, because I could say, go see what it means to other people. Yeah. That's a better explanation of what other people get out of it. Yeah. I think, you know, what I get out of it is a pride of having such a large group of what I consider close friends. Yeah. Like it's just very, very different than it was 5 years ago. Yeah. You know, I was in my world. We were all working hard. We had close relationships with people. But now I could honestly say there's 500 people that I could probably call on and they could call me and I'd be there for them in a minute. And that's pretty
We're all on the same page.
Right.
You know, we all want to support our local communities. We all are business owners. You know, we're all on the same page and have the same vision, I guess you could say, which is great. So thank you. Thanks for just...
Something's going on in the universe. It doesn't really add up mathematically to me. I just can't ever... I mean, for a long time, people had asked, just as an example, half a dozen people had asked about Pottstown. Yeah. And truth be told, if you put a gun to my head, I didn't even know where Pottstown was. Is it Montgomery County? Chester County? I don't even know. Like, is it this way? I don't know. So many people approached me and said, if you ever do a Pottstown, I'd love to be involved. I'm not really a leadership type person, but if you ever started, I would be happy to be in it. Yeah. So we had a mixer at the stables.
I remember.
Which was another crazy night because it poured the entire day till about 5 minutes before the mixer started. And then it was beautiful, and there was 200 people there, which 200 people inside there would have not worked at all. Yeah. So we turned off the rain, and it was a great night. And I meet this couple. They were from South Africa.
I remember. I love meeting them.
She's awesome. I love her. And she's like, you know, I worked with another company for 20 years. I built chapters. I did exactly what you're doing here. She's like, I'd like to be involved somehow. What do I need to do? I'm like, well, where are you from? She's like, Pottstown. I'm like, I know. There you go.
Yeah.
Like, of course you are.
They really stuck out. I loved meeting them and talking to them that night. But you are right. It's the universe, things. Like attract like.
There's a chapter that, I don't even say it out loud, that didn't have a realtor. Yeah. So there's 31 realtors and 32 spots. Yeah. For whatever reason, we didn't have a realtor. So I talked to a realtor yesterday. Okay. And she's from like Malvern, Main Line. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't really help you. Like, it's like the hub. Every realtor like wants the main. They just do. I'm like, we have one open. It's Springfield, Delaware County. She goes, that's where I was raised. I would love to be there.
Oh,
I'm like,
my gosh.
Of course you were. Like, it all works out.
I think when you have the right intentions.
I guess.
you truly have the right intentions, it just works out. So clearly, I think we all have the right intentions here. It's a great group. It's a large group now, but
it is.
I enjoy it. So we know how you've shared. We've got social media. We've got your website. We've got the monthly happy hour.
You just put my phone number up.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to, everyone call Pat DiCola. Here's his cell phone number.
Call my wife.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that to her. She's already doing too much. But is there any last things you want to share about free trade?
I honestly feel blessed that the group of people has found their way into the circle, I like to say. When we decided to, we've got a few businesses obviously that we work in. That December, at the end of the first year of 2023, we said, why don't we decide to every single decision we make for the company, we don't make it in terms of how we're going to make money or profit from it, but how it would benefit everyone else in the group. As a whim. As a social experiment, let's call it. And it really worked out because it's grown exponentially. And I think people get that it's there for them more so than a corporation or, it's a company, it's an actual corporation, but it really, the people are the people that run it. Like the lunatics really do run the asylum. You should come and check it out.
I think, I wonder if you probably didn't even realize this, but you made the decision to come from a place of service. Right? But what's crazy about the connection is all the business owners. I think one of the biggest reasons why everything goes so smoothly is because it's the same mindset.
Right.
I love to come from a place of service. I love helping my community. I love helping others, So without even... I wonder. I think if anything that we've done, we've given them the platform to do that. Yeah. Because I think most people would struggle to find ways to give to charities in some cases. We made that easy for them. Yes. Here's an outlook.
This.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a QR code.
Right. Make it super easy because I think people are looking to do good things. Yes. And if we can facilitate that, it's super easy. It's not like, QR code or come to a mixer, come donate. Here's a bucket, put a couple bucks in it. Yeah. We make it easy for people, then they're going to do good things. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Well, thanks so much for coming on. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for starting this a couple years ago. So glad somebody told me about you.
Thanks for building it.
Yeah. It's... I'm really excited to see what comes next of this.
Yeah, there's good stuff coming.
All right, well, we'll be sharing more. Yep. Thanks, Pat.
Thank you so much.
I'll be your love, I'll be your sunshine, I'll be your love, I'll be your sunshine.